Hello, my name is Chimara Ajieren MMM School, Batch 2017, June 9th, Group 12, Circle 5. My experience so far in the guidance school has been a wonderful one, and I have learned a lot. Before the day one of the guidance school, we were introduced to the preparation day where I met my mentor Smart. He has been very helpful to me and to my whole team members. And he ensured that we all did what we're supposed to do, understood the ideology, and we came out successful. So far, so good. On the preparation day, I got to know more about the founder, Sergio Mavodi, and the MMM ideology. And I generally got to know everything I was supposed to expect throughout the whole guided school. And then on the other days, from the day one to the day six, I we did what was called a SWOT analysis, where we had to talk about the strengths of the MMM structure, the weaknesses, the organization, and the threats to the MMM structure. We opened a YouTube channel to publicize the MMM ideology and structure. We also did video tags on screenomatic and ideology videos, and also we opened a female Facebook account to also publicize the MMM ideology and everything about MMM in general. I got to know about the screenomatic, and I also got to know how to use it. I started chatting in my Google Hangout, which has always been in my phone, and I didn't actually know what it was for. I was introduced to the Google Slides, Google Documents, Google Spreadsheets, and it has been a wonderful software and application to use, and the whole ideology and the whole knowledge has really widened my scope to a lot of things generally. Um, Also, we did a promotional offline promotional tax where we're given a budget of $1,000, and I had to rent a hall for it, get a location, rent projectors and projector screens, pay for the video coverage in HD because I wanted my video quality to be MMM standard, pay for refreshments and transportation as well. I also had to pay for the printing of the MMM caps, MMM t-shirts, leaflets, flyers, and banners, and every other thing just to promote the MMM ideology and to make people be aware of MMM in general. And then on our final tax, which was the business game, one of our the tax which we were given on the 5th and 6th day, which was the business game, I had to take a trip to Thailand. It was my first time being in the Asian continent, and it was very cold. We were given a budget of $50,000, and I went with my team members. It was a very interesting trip and interesting journey, and everything which we had to accomplish was very challenging because we speak English here and they don't, so we had to pay an interpreter to help us to communicate with the people over there, and we had to pay for accommodations, our feeding, our transportation, our seminars, our promotions, and everything generally in the country. The currency which they use there is the baht, and 36 bahts is equivalent to $1. So with the $50,000 which we had originally, we started out to promote the MMM ideology and structure and to let the people know more about it. With my team members, we created a website, www.thailand-mmm.net, And as I said earlier, we paid for an interpreter, and things started going on smoothly, which was basically our tax one. The tax two, we were now 4 men, and the average contribution of a participant to the structure was around $3,000. Under the MMM regulation, one had to provide at least 30% growth in terms of participants' payments, starting with the first contribution. So we had to calculate how many new members and contribution there were, and then ensure that they were able to pay the other participants who were there before them. And this we were able to achieve as well. So that brought about the beginning of the tax 3, which we were given, and which is after a month, with the same plan and another month on the basis of the results of the previous calculations, taking into account the dynamics of growth was put in place, and the system rematched and it remained functional, and there were regular PHing and GHing. The fourth tax also took place after 2 months, and we had the number of participants and deposits that my team members and I had calculated. Then there was a local holiday for a week later in Thailand, and the registration fell by 75%. We then had to make a plan of action for a month with the resources and figure out the right amount of contribution and participants to tackle the challenge, because that holiday really brought about a slow growth in registration. People were not participating, instead they were resting at home. We couldn't hold our seminars and all that. But all the contributions didn't go well in the long run, so we had to um, we had to embark on our fifth tax, which was because we didn't have enough deposits and the new registrations to cover the cost of the current deposits were very poor. We had to hold seminars explaining the MMM ideology, show them testimonial videos, and promote the use of the Bitcoin. And we also had to introduce them to the leaders training programs and social networks. Despite that, there was still delay in getting help, up to 7 days. It was so challenging for us over there. Even the referral bonuses was scrapped to zero. It was like little or nothing. Then we had to introduce the pulse mode. And another thing too that also contributed to this was the media. The media also was was really against the whole MMA ideology, because they didn't want the poor to be um, liberated from the poverty. So we then had to introduce the pulse mode, and it was very challenging. This then led us to the sixth tax. We had to do intense promotional strategies and seminars to encourage participants to keep on PHing, just so that the structure will be stable. We had to print leaflets, print flyers, banners, rent projectors to promote the tax and let people know that they have to keep on PHing, because MMM is there to alleviate the whole poverty mentality and make everybody financially free. Our efforts at the end of the day was insufficient, and it led to the situation where we now had to do a restart of the system. This led to our seventh tax. All the old marbles were removed. We started working from the beginning. Initially, the pause mode, as they PH'd, they get 10% of what they are PHing, which we debited from their old marble. But in this restart mode, all the marbles had to be scrapped. There was nothing. We were starting all over. We had to communicate with leaders in other countries. Even the founder himself was aware of this, and They helped in making everything okay for us. So at the end of the day, there were unfavorable responses from the participants and the media. We also had to consult with other MMM leaders in other countries so that we also had to correct our mistakes to prevent the reoccurrence of the restarts again in Thailand. Then we kept on introducing the use of Bitcoin. Um, we had to look for funds from other MMM countries as well globally. We had to promote the MMM ideology. We had to start all over everything promotional strategies, seminars, and it was intense this time because we had to do double the work we had done initially just to convince even the old ones to come back, despite the fact that there was a restart and there was no marvel or nothing. So at the end of the day, we even had to increase the normal 30% growth to 50% to encourage new members, and with the hope that, with the belief that after a while we can then reverse it once the system is stable. It was fun in all, rigorous and challenging. We enjoyed ourselves. I was able to speak, get to understand, not really speak, get to understand a few words there, and the interpreter too really did a lot for us. Well, I thank God that right now MMM Thailand is working and functioning well, despite everything we had to go through to make sure it was a success. It was actually a success. My experience generally in the guided school has been wonderful. I also have made new friends there. That's basically what I have to say about this guided school. And I also want to encourage others to join the guided school and the leaders too, so that you could the horizon you have about the whole MMM ideology will be improved, and you would even understand it better at the end of the day. Thank you, Mentor Smart, for being a good mentor and for having the patience and tolerance readers. I thank my team members and every person in this guided school. Thank you very much. I am Chimara Ajieren once again. Batch 2017, June 9th, Group 12, Circle 5. God bless you. Have a nice day. Long live MMM. MMM rocks. Peace.